Hey Vishal, how's it going? So I wanted to make a brief video here clarifying the squat stretch that we're making sure that you do at least twice a week. So what I have here pulled up is I have your video here pulled up, and I have the demo video of the Paul Horn low bar squat stretch pulled up on the right, and I just want to show you the difference between what you're doing and how I'd like you to be doing it to get the most out of your stretch. So let's cue up your video here, and we'll get to the part where you go under. All right. So the biggest issue here is that you allow your wrists to break into a very bent position when you get into this stretch. So, and remember that when we do this, this is not, the purpose of this stretch is not to actually get you into the correct, we're not trying to get to the exact bar position when we do the stretch. We're using it as a stretch. So by allowing the wrists to bend, you're not getting as an effective of a stretch out of it, and you end up compromising a little bit. So what I want you to do here is, get him into position, is keep your wrists perfectly neutral and push into the stretch as far as you can go. If you can only get this far, then you can only get this far. But what you're going to do is you're going to push into it, and you're going to hold, and then you're going to come back out a little bit, just like you did, and then you're going to push in a little deeper, and you're going to hold again, all the while making sure you maintain perfectly neutral wrists, and you're going to come back out again, and you're going to keep working yourself forward into this, making sure you keep the neutral wrist, because that's what's going to maintain the stretch we're trying to get, until eventually you can see he's getting into position here. And if you can get to position, that's great. If you can't get to position, no big deal. But I would like to see what is the farthest you can get that day, keeping a perfectly neutral wrist, just like Paul Horn did here. See, his wrists are perfectly straight. I want to see how far you can get with that, not necessarily how far you can get with bent wrists. So on the squat itself, I know we're going to have to compromise and bend the wrists to get the bar in position, and that's totally fine. But for the stretch itself, we aren't making any compromises, and we're going to keep a perfectly straight wrist so you get the most out of this stretch. Let me know if you have any questions or if that wasn't clear enough, or you want some more clarification about it, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks, Vishal.